if you are still struggling on how to set some mixer brush settings or how to properly set your mixer brush tool for focus separation, then this video is for you. I've seen a lot of people make this mistake when they pick their mixer brush tool and they start brushing on their image. Instead of making the image smooth, it just brings out textures, as you can see. Now, another issue a lot of people have is when doing focus separation, if they try to brush, they just brush the color of the foreground that is here on their image on the skin. So instead of making the image look smooth, it's just going to paint any color you have here on your skin. I'm going to show you how to fix that as well. And if you fall under this category, this video is for you as well. I'm going to share with you guys my 2026 mixer brush settings and how to properly use it for focus separation. And if you want my focus separation action, I'm going to be leaving the link where you can get it for free in the description below of this video. All you have to do is pause this video, go to the description below of this video, download the action, come back, like this video, and also share this video with your friend. I will set my mixer brush settings. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, if I want to use the mixer brush tool, I'm going to duplicate my border layer by pressing Command J and just come to my action and click on focus separation 16-bit because this image is 16-bit. And like I said, if you want my focus separation action, I'm giving it out for free. Check the link in the description below of this video. Alright, now for this image, I'm going to use a focus separation of 10 and click OK. Now, I'm going to select my mixer brush tool. Now, once I select my mixer brush tool, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come to my windows and just click on brush settings right here. Now, once I click on brush settings, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to change this hardness from 100% to 0%. Alright, please pay close attention. Then I'm going to change the spacing from 5 to 25%. Okay, after that, I'm going to select smoothing and also select protect texture right here. So this is everything I'll do in this particular part of the brush settings, and I'm just going to hide it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, now if you look at the menu right here, we are going to change these settings right here. Click on this drop down arrow and click on clean brush right here. Now, the reason why I do that is so that if we are brushing, we are not going to be getting the color of the foreground on the image. So instead of getting the color, it's going to be smooth. Now, make sure this place is always on transparent. So before you start brushing, make sure you check this box and make sure it's on transparent. To be sure, you can click on it and click on clean brush to clean the brush. Now, that is the first setting. It's very important. Now, the other important setting is make sure this load brush after each stroke, make sure it's unchecked. So just uncheck this load brush after each stroke. Now, make sure this clean brush after each stroke is selected. Very important. So that whenever you brush with the mixer brush tool, Photoshop will automatically clean the brush for you and it's not going to put in the foreground color. So make sure your clean brush after each stroke is selected. Very important. Alright. Now, for my wet, I'm going to be using a wet of 30. Each photographer as well, every photographer has different wet settings or different flow settings they use. But for me, I think 30 works for me. So I'm going to set my wets to 30. And also I'm going to set my loads to 30 as well. Alright. Now for the mix doesn't really matter because this place right here is on transparent. So the mix doesn't matter. You can leave it at 100. You can leave it at 0. But I'm going to take it to 0. Like so. Now for the flow, I'm going to use the flow of 30 as well. So these are my mixer brush settings for 2026. Okay, so 30, 30, 30. Then this place right here is on 10%. And this angle right here is 0 degree. Now, another important thing I want you to notice right here is make sure your sample layer is selected because we're going to be brushing on this brush layer, which is an empty layer. All right. So if sample or layer is not selected, even if I hide my high texture layer and I try to brush, nothing is going to happen. You are not going to be seeing any effect at all. Why? Because I'm working on an empty layer and also sample layer is not selected, so it's not going to work. For you to see the effect of the focus separation, especially if you are brushing on an empty layer, make sure sample layer is selected. But if you are working directly on the low frequency, don't have to check the sample layer, just uncheck it. I'll advise you uncheck it if you are working directly on the low frequency. But since I'm working on an empty layer, make sure your sample layer is selected. So I'm going to select sample layer, click on brush here again. Now, even after you get your settings right and you still try to brush right now, you might still get that harsh textures, and I'm going to tell you why. Let me just undo this. All right. Now, the reason why that happened is during frequency separation, we separated the textures and the color. So if you want to work on the color, make sure the texture layer is turned off and not turned on. If it's turned on, you are going to be mixing both the colors and the texture together, and it's just going to make it look rough and harsh. That's why you get that issues. Now, this is how you can fix it. Pay close attention. After running your frequency separation and after setting your mixer brush settings like this, just make sure your high frequency texture layer is turned off, which is the layer above the brush layer. This high frequency texture, make sure you turn it off. So click on the eye icon to turn it off. Once you turn it off, the image is going to be kind of blurry. So that means we turn off the textures. We have only the colors right now. If I brush, I'm not going to be having that harsh shadow right now. Remember, always check this box right here. Make sure it's on transparent. So if it's on any solid color, just click on this arrow and change it to clean brush. Very important. It's very, very important. Okay. Next, I turn off my high texture layer and my brush layer is selected. If I want to brush, I can just brush right now and it's going to make the image look good. It's not going to leave those harsh edges or those harsh shadows on the image, as you can see. All right. Now, let's quickly see the before and after. Just take a look at this part, see the before and the after. All right, you can see it's working. Now, I need to mention this. If you want to remove blemishes with frequency separation, make sure you select your high frequency copy right here. So select it and turn on your high frequency texture. Don't turn it off. Make sure you turn it on to see the textures. And once you select your high frequency copy, pick your close stamp tool. Once you pick your close stamp tool, these are my close stamp tool settings. Let me just quickly show you. I'm using a soft one brush. Okay. My mode is on normal. Opacity is 100. Flow is 100. Align is selected. And current layer is selected. Very important. Not on layer, but current layer. So I'm just going to zoom in. Just hold Option or Alternate if you're using the Windows and sample from a close by area and just paint over any blemishes you want to remove like that to remove blemishes. Like so. All right, so our before and our after. So that is my mixer brush settings and how I'll use it to do frequency separation in 2026. Now let's do a quick recap. If you load the frequency separation, after you set your mixer brush settings, always make sure to check that that box is on transparent. Very important. All right, now if you want to brush, make sure you select your brush layer and also turn off your high texture layer to avoid those harsh textures. If your high texture layer is on, you are going to have those hard textures. Also, if you are working on the brush layer, make sure sample layer is selected. It's very important. If sample layer is not selected, no matter what you do, you are not going to see the effect. And if you want to remove blemishes from the image, make sure you are working on the high frequency texture copy, which is the first layer on the frequency separation action. I hope you find this video helpful and useful. And if you want to learn how to retouch your image from start to finish with just one click, check out this video right here. I'll see you guys in my next one. Stay creative.